Hey, good morning, folks. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Thank you for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. My little headline there for you is there's a little more going on in this weather forecast than, what it may seem or what I've been talking about. I've been kind of highlighting a warm-up coming, but I did emphasize that I want you to temper your expectations on that. Warm-up is still coming, but we have a couple of little snow systems to deal with in the southern third of lower Michigan. So that has kind of popped on my radar screen, so to speak, and let's get to it and show you what I'm talking about here. So we've been into lake effect snow the last couple of days in other parts of the state, or I guess I should say in parts of the state, southwest and northwest lower and up across the UP. It's pretty much winding down. There's a little bit of snowburst still coming through the thumb, and that'll be out in the next hour or so, and today is generally a dry day on the way. So, bigger perspective on the satellite shows some clearing to our west, and I think we could see a little bit of sunshine later today into Thursday. A southwesterly wind will help that. There's a storm system out west, and it doesn't look real impressive on the satellite imagery at the moment, but it will start to get its act together, and we're going to see that in the modeling here. Okay, so here is your radar forecast, and the main story for you in the short term, today, tomorrow, is that we should have fairly good travel conditions. Temperatures will start to come above freezing later this morning in a lot of parts of lower Michigan that had the snow. Roads will improve, and then tomorrow is a much warmer day. Matthew Meyer says, snowmobile season starts Friday? And I don't know why it starts. Does that mean when trails open or something like that? I'm guessing. Hey, good morning, Susan Pendergrass. You're cloudy in Holland. We're all cloudy. P.D. Solomonson, good morning. Mike Kirby, thanks for watching. And Susan Poniatowski. Hopefully I got that one right. Margie Hummel, thanks for watching from Paw Paw. That's a city I've never been to, and it's kind of a famous city in Michigan because of the Paw Paw Michigan banana. I've never seen one of those either, so I need to get on that. So here's your radar forecast through today, and basically the story is it's dry. Here's the radar forecast through tomorrow, and generally dry. We're getting into tomorrow evening, maybe a spotty light showers in the south, and then Friday, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. So what is that showing? That's showing a mixture, maybe freezing rain. 8 a.m. in the Lansing area and Grand Rapids and Flint, a thin band. And then the models want to try to, during the day even, bring colder air down. Okay, Matthew Myers, thank you. Trails open Friday. Okay, I understand. And I do feel for you snowmobilers with the changing climate, how it's getting tougher and tougher to have long duration of snow on the ground as you move south through lower Michigan. We're going from a snow state in the south half of the state to a off and on snow state. Now, this is Friday, 1 in the afternoon. So Grand Rapids, Muskegon, to Saginaw, to Lansing, to Flint, to the thumb might be in that snow band, and that's my next task, is to track that along and figure out what's going to happen there. And several models show it as snow. So, what we have going against snow is it's in the middle of the day. What we have going towards snow is that there is cold air aloft, and the models seem to be indicating that as the precipitation starts, it will be heavy enough to drag that snow down. Now, here's your European model showing the stiff warm-up tomorrow, and then the ease back on a north-northeast wind tomorrow night, which sets us up for what it wants to do with the snow also in the southern part of the state. I'll look at the closer perspective for you here. Okay, so our period of question that we'll watch will be Friday morning into early afternoon, southern half of the state. Now, Notice it brings another little second batch through late Friday night, Saturday morning with maybe an inch or two there. And then on to the east. And these little batches keep coming out of the plains and toward us. There's another one on Sunday, and that slows the warm up somewhat. And you know what I've seen happen, I don't want to get too far off of this, but what I have seen happen, and you've seen it too, is that we meteorologists talk about a warm-up and a fairly long duration warm-up. We always get caught because you pin us in if one day is a little fluky, and we try to emphasize, you know, when we're talking a 6 to 10 day warm-up or an 8 to 14 day warm-up, we're not talking every day is going to be warm. But what I have seen happen is that the warm-up is slowed down, it happens, and then it's squeezed to a shorter period. I don't know that this is going to happen. I still think there's kind of a significant odd warm-up coming in early December. As an odd, I think maybe some 50-degree temperatures for a day or so. But the point is, these little disturbances coming through the next several days are going to kind of temper the warm-up to certainly warmer than we've been, but maybe to upper 30s or so. Okay, so we see these little disturbances come through Friday, then Saturday, and then maybe Sunday, and then we still see quite a mild pattern developing out in the plains and heading toward us as we head into, you know, the somewhere between the 5th and the 9th of December. All right, here's a little closer of a look. Same model, the European model, but most of the models look the same. Hey, good morning, Carrie Draper from Kingsley. All right, I'm going to try Deborah S.'s last name. Good morning, Deborah Shapansky. How did I do? My wife's family is Polish, so I get a lot of the Polish pronunciations. Okay, so this is Friday morning. This is 7 a.m. Friday morning, 8, 9, 10. Remember, I showed you a different model earlier, just before, and this one says about the same thing. This is Friday noontime, and then this is Friday evening. So the northern edge of a storm system coming from the southwest, not a blockbuster. Temperatures are marginal, but it could make for some icky roads midday Friday into the afternoon. Now, this is the next little batch it has coming through Friday night, and this is early Saturday morning and off to the east, and then you can kind of see another third disorganized area off to the south and east. All right, so I know you want to know this. So how much snow? All right, so we're going to look at the European in its deterministic mode. This will have the highest. Hey, George Opdyke, Snowy Chief Lake in Calava. I think that's how you say it, Calava. Hey, Dennis, I'm on a roll with Polish names. I'm going to try this one. Good morning, Dennis Kanazuski? I don't know about that one. Okay, so snowfall off the European. And this is what I would call this is if it does indeed get cold enough for snow, I would call it a 2 to 4 inch snow. And that would be Grand Rapids, Lansing, Flint, maybe Saginaw, and the Thumb, maybe the north side of Detroit, probably not Ann Arbor and Detroit. We'll just have to see on that. Now, this is the European in its ensemble mode. That's 50 different iterations. So we get a little bit milder look, but we get what a bunch of iterations of the run say, and same deal. You see the top end is gone, but that's a 2 to 4 inch swath, again, in the southern half of lower Michigan. So that means we're going to be watching for a snow on Friday. Not a blockbuster, but the first one that you could drive from, say, Flint to Lansing or Flint to Grand Rapids and have snow on the roads all the way. So today we're a little bit warmer. everywhere. We're up into the mid-30s in the south and low 30s in the north. And then tomorrow, it surges in on the warmth, upper 40s, maybe near 50, Ann Arbor and Detroit. And then Friday, low to mid-30s. Saturday, mid to upper 30s. So there's melting going on still. Sunday, 40 south, 30s north. Monday in the mid-30s. Tuesday, mid to upper 30s. Wednesday, we're getting pretty far out to believe an individual day forecast. Upper 20s and then 40s, and then 10 days out, you see the warmth starting to build. And that, again, just keeps kind of getting shifted off. Major warmth, I guess I should say, just starts getting shifted off. So I do think it will happen. It's just sometimes it takes longer, and that might mean that it's a little bit short of a duration on the extreme part, where you say, wow, this is quite mild for this time of the year. I do expect sometime in the first 2 weeks of December that we'll have a few days in the 40s and maybe a day approaching 50 degrees in the southern half of the state. And if you're in Traverse City, northern lower Michigan, you might have some days that approach 40 degrees. So there's your weather update, a lot more than what it seems in the average forecast. And my task now is to keep you updated on the snow for Friday. Not a mega snow, but right now it looks like a messy, perhaps 2 to 4 incher in some swath across the southern half of the state. So here we go, winter fun. It's pretty much where I make my living here in Michigan, along with a couple of severe weather outbreaks in the summer. So let's do this, and I will keep you updated. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.